eventually stopped hearing the screams of our fallen heroes the further we went on. The ruins were mostly crumbling sand. In all of my journeys, I've never come across architecture like these before. The last time anyone lived here must have been centuries ago. No bodies, though. Maybe living in the desert was not the best idea. Unlit torches still hung on the wall. The tunnels were in the complete darkness except for our own light. The tunnels kept leading us down beneath the earth. Fabena and Picto kept pleading to turn around and go back to the desert. I was not having any of it. This was the reason I chose to be an adventurer. Going face first into the unknown, tackling any danger that comes my way, seeing places long forgotten, I insisted we continue. At a certain point down in the tunnels, rooms started appearing. We each started searching for, well, anything. Picto discovered a chest of gold within one of the rooms. Never seen the kid so happy. His first quest and he'd already discovered a long-lost treasure. The entire room had nothing inside except the chest. Something wasn't right with the chest. It had some long-lost language carved on the top. I had been seeing similar writing along the tunnels in the other rooms. It took me a while to persuade him to leave it behind, telling him we did not need the extra weight. It was not until Fabena supported me and I promised him we would come back for it, he reluctantly agreed to continue on through the ruins. It was not till later that we discovered we were not alone. We all turned around towards the sound of the banging. Picto was relieved when it stopped after 3. I told him he shouldn't be. If there was no banging, then it has broken through. We sprinted further through the tunnel, still unaware of where it led or for how long. We could have been going to our deaths for all we knew. We stopped to regain our breaths and see if we could still hear anything. As I turned around, the tunnel was lit up. Fabena had been lighting the torches on the walls. In the far distance, we could make out 2 humanoid figures moving towards us at a much faster rate than us. We did not take any chances and kept moving, still out of breath. We entered a great empty room. Probably could have been used for a great hall, with 4 other paths out. Each way out had the same lost language carved into the tunnels. Figures started to emerge from the darkness of the tunnels. In all my years traveling, I had never seen anything like it. Walking skeleton. No flesh, just bone. In one hand they had a weapon, in the other hand a shield with a moon symbol. We finally found the bodies. The 3 of us gathered in a circle, back to back, awaiting for our deaths. A total of 14 skeletons came out of the tunnels, staring at us with their black hole eyes. If I was going to die, I was going to die as I lived, tackling any danger that came my way. I broke from the circle, charging at the enemy, steel clashing against steel. I could hear the same behind me, hoping the others could put up a fight. They were strong for creatures without muscles, got outnumbered 4 to 1. I managed to take out a few of them, just as I killed the last one. Another came from behind me, slicing my ankle, forcing me onto the cold floor. The skeleton came down to my level, his hand crushing my throat. I pulled out my bone dagger and separated his skull from the rest of him. Off in the distance I could see Fabena, still putting up a fight, axes hacking away. Picto was getting a sword through his chest. I realized none of us could stand a chance from that point. Picto collapsed to the floor, screaming as more skeletons shoved their swords in and out of him, and his bone quiver slid towards me. I crawled towards a bow, grabbed an arrow, and tied dynamite to it. We were already dead. Might as well take them all out. I lit the dynamite and fired it into the ceiling. The arrow wedged itself inside. Then time slowed down. Watching the flame slowly make its way towards the dynamite made me think upon my life. There were quite a few things I regret, but nothing as much as not listening to Picto and Fabena when we should have turned back. We would be alive, rich, a home in the new kingdom. All of it was not for me being stubborn. I really hate that part of me. The ceiling came down, pouring into the room, crashing down upon Picto and some skeletons. If he was not dead before, he was now. Sand and more sand followed, filling the room up like an hourglass, counting away our lives, when all of a sudden sunlight came through. The sunlight hit the skeleton, and slowly it crumbled to dust. I was pulled to my feet. Thinking a skeleton had come to finish the job, I grabbed my dagger, and as I went to attack, my hand got stopped by Fabena. She was the one pulling me up. She took Pictel's bow from my hand. With an arrow already at hand, she tied rope to the end of it, and sent it shooting up towards the sun. We climbed out of the ruins, back into the desert. After spending so much time with Torchlight, it took me a while for my eyes to adjust. When it did, I could not help but laugh. 2 riders on horseback were riding towards us. They gave us water and bandaged my ankle. They pointed us to the direction of the Oasis and the king's stronghold before departing. We continued to the Oasis, arriving within an hour. We rested there the night and returned back to the king. Once the king had the location, he started organizing builders to reach the location and start a new kingdom. Our work was done. We both got our gold and was told to come back in 6 moons to find out about our place in the new kingdom. Fabana left without saying goodbye. I had no clue what to do next. So I took the gold, got on the next ship no matter where it was heading. Hey, thanks for watching! Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and click subscribe for new content. This was performed by me, Frenzy. My links are in the description below. Once again, thanks for watching, and see you next time.